Let's talk about this headline about these satellites that are being decommissioned. Since the 1960s, the Defense Meteorologic Satellite Program, or DMSP, has been a cornerstone of weather monitoring in the U.S. The latest generation, called Block 5D, includes satellites like F-15 to F-20. But here's the thing, satellites are like super old, like really, really old. Almost all of these have been decommissioned. They have met their fate. One of them actually exploded. Only 2 are still sending usable data, and they're 10 to 13 years past their expected life. The instrument on these satellites that we're interested in is a special sensor microwave imager sounder, or SSMIS. It does 2 critical jobs. First, it's a microwave sounder which gives 3D information about the atmosphere, like temperature, humidity at various altitudes, which feeds into models. The second is a microwave imager, giving forecasters a direct look into storm structure. Basically lets us see inside an eye wall of a hurricane at times we don't have an airplane flying through it. Here's the key distinction. The sounder part, not a huge loss if it goes offline. We got better sensors to fill that gap. Forecast models will be just fine. But the imager part, that's where things get tricky. Hurricane experts, especially at the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, which doesn't have aircrafts flying through the storms like we do in the Atlantic, rely on those microwave images to manually assess storm eyes and inner cores. Without DMSP imagers, Typhoon Warning Center, and to a lesser degree, the Hurricane Center, will have to depend on a patchwork of other systems, and those don't always give the coverage and timing that we need. So what's next? The Weather System Follow-on Microwave is already in space. It launched in 2024. Data is now available, and the Hurricane Center is working to access it. The second satellite will hopefully launch in 2027. There are a few other options that people are exploring, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Why the sudden alarm about DMSP shutting down if Congress canceled it a decade ago? Well, it really hasn't been communicated well. Shocker! The problem is communication, yet again. It seems like it's coming out of nowhere, but it's actually not. Why not wait till after hurricane season? That's what I asked. But there's a really good reason for that too. The ancient software that processes their data poses a cybersecurity risk because modern IT security patches don't work with it. That's why DoD plans to fully decommission any remaining DMSP satellites now. The bottom line is our hurricane hunters are going to be more important than ever this hurricane season. So let's give them as much support as possible. You know, the future of satellites takes a lot of planning, and I would think that it's going to take learning some lessons to go from these big government satellite programs to a patchwork of smaller private satellites. But maybe it'll be just fine. Who knows? What do I know?